May California police officers search a vehicle for ID or a driver's license if the driver fails to produce one? Hey guys, my name is Anthony Bandiero. I'm an attorney and senior legal instructor for Blue to Gold Law Enforcement Training. Bring the Roadside Chat. All right, this question, as I at least said, in a way, comes from California. So the officer says, all right, I've talked to some of my coworkers. I'm a little confused on searching vehicles for identification after the driver fails to produce any type of identification. I've always had the impression that if the driver failed to produce his or her driver's license or some type of identification, I could search the vehicle. Now, note, I have been a cop since 1997. I recall searching vehicles or stopping vehicles for minor traffic violations. If they did not have ID, I searched the car. We went from there. If I could not find some satisfactory ID, I would arrest them, bring it back to the station, fingerprint, take pictures, identify them. If no warrants, kick them loose. Now, just looking for some clarification because I looked up online and it's a little confusing. All right, I got your answer. The answer is we cannot search a motor vehicle in California for ID or a driver's license if the person fails to produce one. Now, the reason why it's confusing is because there used to be an exception in California that allowed exactly that. That case, my friends, was In Re Arturo D, California Supreme Court. Then the Supreme Court came out with a new case that overrode that. That case is People versus Lopez, and it's a case from 2019. And essentially what happened there was a person, in Lopez did not produce a driver's license or any kind of ID. The cops searched the car, found methamphetamine. The cop is saying, hey, look, I did it under Arturo D, right? You said I can do this type of search. And the Supreme Court reversed and it said, look, we got it wrong, that there is no recognized exception under the Fourth Amendment just to search for ID. But there are other mechanisms, right? If you are not satisfied with the person's identification, arrest them. Right? But if you can look them up in your computer, if they have other ways to identify themselves and you're satisfied with their identification, then kick them loose with a warning, citation, whatever. But searching their car for that identification is not permissible. So there's your answer. I think that this is actually the right answer around the nation. I do not think that, generally speaking, there's a right, a recognized exception just to search for ID in cars. If you have probable cause, that's totally different. So for example, if you believe that the driver has given false identity and you have probable cause that evidence of their identity could be in the car, you search it, right? Under the motor vehicle exception. But simply not having ID with no other reason to search is not permissible. This is also a very similar situation that happened in New Jersey, and they also reversed course as well, just like California did. And really before this this Lopez case, California and New Jersey were the only two the states in the nation anyway that seemed to even allow these type of searches. So they were the outliers. Now it's probably not best practice to search cars anywhere for ID alone unless you have probable cause that there's evidence of a crime. I hope this answer has helped you. I'm trying to help you guys get it right every single time. All I ask, if you have time and you can just hit the like button, subscribe, that shares, with your coworkers that, hey, this is good stuff for us, right? We're trying to get the stuff right so we don't make mistakes. Until next time, my friends, stay safe.